music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is our review for Teen Mom 2. This is season 8, episode 27. I've worn this shirt a few times within the past week. Don't judge me. I'll just kind of grab what I can grab because it'd be late. Anyway, tonight's lipstick is Kat Von D. The color is called Crucifix. It's a brownish color, and I like it. But let's get into this review. But first things first, if you have not done so already, take one moment right now. Take a moment, subscribe to my channel. Because if you're here for this video, you've probably been here a few times before, and you keep coming back. So go ahead and subscribe. And then if you have already subscribed, or once you do subscribe, go ahead, hit that notification bell, because the notification bell lets you know when I have new content. I have so many comments and DMs and comments on IG like, did you do a review for so-and-so and for so-and-so? Just get the little notification. You will always know when I have a new video up, and you won't be late for the little party or whatever. And then also don't forget to like the videos. Anyway, so Teen Mom 2. Okay. I'm ready for the show to be over. It's the weird thing of, I feel like, remember when the show, it was a fourth wall, you didn't see the producers, it was just the cast themselves. I feel like on some of these situations, the producers being able to talk to them, ask them different questions, is what makes it messy, okay? Because it's a scene later on I'm going to talk about with Briana and the producer talking to her, and I said, that's messy as hell, bitch, you can't tell me it isn't. But as we always do, just go person by person. Chelsea, simple. I say every week she's very simple, to kind of be boring. Why is she on the show? But, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it's boring, but it's normal. She has a normal life. She has a husband, a couple kids, and that's all that she does. I think we're so used to the other moms having drama or issues that when someone just kind of just is a stay-at-home mom, we like, well, who wants to watch? Oh, my God. If y'all been watching for the past couple days, I had some gnats in my house. I had a plant in here, and it just got stupid, and I'm trying to kill these fucking little summer gnats, and it's fucking driving me crazy. She was French. Anyway, but I bought some bug killing spray to kill the little things, and so they like dying all around the place. So anyway, but I just think one just like flew by me and it drove me crazy. Anyway, so yeah, Chelsea. I do wish she had like a hobby or like an at-home business, or just like go to like a PTA meeting, go to like a mommy class, just because all we see is her in that kitchen or her sitting in the living room. And when I say it's boring, that's what I mean. I mean, it's the same scene, it's the same, it's the same girl. So anyway, Chelsea about 14 days pregnant, and she going to find out what the baby is, because she is very in the beginning stages of her pregnancy, but she wants to know what she's having. She can't wait. So there are tests now that you can take to find out the gender of a child, even when you're in the early stages. And again, she's about 14 days pregnant, maybe 16 days, but I mean, she's not that far along. And they find out it's a girl, but we knew that because we followed her on IG. So she wants to surprise Cole with the gender of the baby because he does not know yet. So her and Aubrey goes to the little party store to get balloons or whatever, and she's like, we're gonna have to lie if they ask us what the balloons are for, because we don't want anyone to know that I am actually pregnant. But I'm like, will they really ask if someone's pregnant? You can always say, oh, that is for a party. Like, you don't have to like come up with a whole like, these balloons are for Sarah, because Sarah is having a bar mitzvah, and a bar mitzvah is for a girl, so the things are pink, and we say it's a girl because she's a girl. Happy bar mitzvah. You don't need all that. Just say it's for a party. Anyway, they go to the party store, get the little pink balloons. The dude say, oh, what's the party for? I would say it for a party, for a friend. Gotta go. And left it at that. So they put the balloons up. Cole comes home. Cole is surprised. Cole is happy. feel, yeah, that was literally it. I feel like, I'm like, are they gonna need a bigger house? The house seems small, but only because we only see the kitchen in the living room. I don't think we've ever seen like much of the other parts of the house in a couple of seasons, probably since before Cole was around, because we used to see her like helping her get dressed and stuff like that, like upstairs. But I'm like, do they have like a 4-bedroom house that they can put a whole new nursery? I don't know, but I'm like, I want, you know what? I want them to go through the house buying process so that we can see it. That would be interesting to see them buying a house, or even they can flip houses. I would love to see Cole and Chelsea flip houses, because Chelsea's weird and Cole is like, oh Cole, and I would like to see them flip houses. That's something. Okay, Chelsea, can you go flip some damn houses, girl? Or just buy a new house and then like decorate it? That's the whole thing. I would love to see that. Oh, that'd be so cool. Girl, do that. Anyway, that's all with them. Leah story is also pretty easy this particular episode. We see her and Jeremy hanging out with Addie on a little, mommy, daddy, daughter day. I thought that was cute. I think when you are co-parenting a child, it's good for that child to see the parents like together, like hanging out, just as co-parents or whatever, because then they have memories of mommy and daddy together, and I think that's kind of cool. Can I mute my TV? Yep. I think that's kind of cool. So I like how they were doing that. Took her like a little pottery class, even though we know Jeremy did it because he wants to date Leah again, and that's, it is what it is. So, and it was a cute little safe date, little pottery class, little painting of the pottery. Our daughter's here, so there's not any pressure. And then I can still say it was nice spending time with you and Addie, when we know he want to say really you and Addie, not just Addie. So that was a little cute thing. We then see that Addie, because Addie is Jeremy's kid. Allie is one of the twins. So Allie, we find out, is like falling asleep in school, and like she's kind of just losing her energy basically. So, and she's like struggling, and Leah is worried basically because, as we know, she has muscular dystrophy, and so she was diagnosed when she was younger. So Leah feels like she's worried because she feels like she may be getting weaker, and that can be why she's so tired all the time, because of her disorder. So we do see her talking to Corey basically, and Corey says how he also knows it too, but like she gets all these hours of sleep, but she still is so tired. Sometimes she can't even walk up a few steps of the house, so we have to take the ramp. And they're both noticing little stuff that is different with her or whatever. So they called her doctor, who she was going through since she was little, to move up her doctor's appointment. So he wants to do like a sleep study test to see if it could be anything else wrong with her, or why does my shirt look like off, like I'm weirdest shit ever. So yeah, she's gonna have another doctor's appointment. I hope she's not getting weaker. I remember when they took her initially, like the years when they've been taking her to the doctor, they have been saying like as she gets older, she will get weaker and weaker. And if she exerts herself too much, that can also drain her energy. So I'm thinking that could be the stage where she is now, because she's always trying to do, stuff and keep up with the kids. So that could be it too. So, they had that whole conversation. And that was basically it for Leah and her story. Janelle's story was honestly pretty easy too. She's back to filming. Okay, she said that she wasn't going to film without David. She want that check, because she ain't got nothing else coming in these days. So she's back to filming now, but David still is not filming. So she was saying how Dave won't film for David, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk about the incident. But she then proceeds to talk about the incident, at least the incident of when they said he was fired. She sent to a friend, she was sent to a friend. All these rumors that he was fired. That's not true. He wasn't fired. He's just not filming right now. If your job is to film for a show and they're not filming you, you don't work for them right now. So you're fired. Even if they hire you back later to film a scene later, right now, your ass got fired. Just live with it. It is what it is. It's cool. We don't really care. So she was saying how she also had Jace for the weekend, and how Barb called him, and she's like, yeah, I let him talk or whatever. And I heard the phone conversation where she was saying to him, well, once you turn 10, you can decide if you want to be visiting your mom. That pissed me off. So I snatched the phone and I told her, don't have adult conversations with him. And I said, but bitch, you do all the time. Like, her and David would always be asking him things about Barb, who he wants to live with. So y'all have asked him yourself adult conversations. This is what I think happened. I think they were talking and he probably said to her, I don't want to be here. I want to go back with you. I don't like it here right now. And then she probably did say, well, once you're 10, you can decide to no longer go to your mother's house. I don't think she was kind of out the blue, said that to him for no reason. I think she said that in response to something he probably said to her. We've seen Jay say stuff about Janelle when he's not around Janelle. We rarely have ever seen him say anything negative about Barb when he's with Janelle. And that's the weird thing. While we do know that Jace plays both sides at times, if he's mad at one, he will talk shit about the other. Well, no, not even that. If he's mad at Barb, he might, get an attitude. But we've never heard him bad talk Barb. We've consistently heard him bad talk Janelle, but he will use them against each other. If he's upset in one of his moods with Barb, he'll say, I want to go to my mom's house or whatever. It's little stuff like that. But he don't say mean stuff about Barb the way he does Janelle. And I've seen that my damn self. So I'm like, well, it is what it is. At this point in time, abusive David ain't in the picture, so she almost don't have a storyline either. So, but when she said that when he was 10 years old, I guess supposing whatever county they're in, the age is 10, where she said in other cities, states, and counties or whatever, the age is 14, but in our county, the age is 10. I said that must be like no tea, no shade, no offense. That must be like a little hick town, because 10 years old, I'm like, that is not old enough to make adult decisions at all. But she said, because once he's 10, he can say that he wants to come live with me. I don't think Jace would ever say he wants to come live with Janelle to anyone except Janelle. And I think he says that because she keeps asking him, don't you want to come live with me? And then he'll say, yeah, I do. But I don't think if he's in a room with a judge and judge say, do you want to live with your grandmother or your mom? I don't see him saying, I want to live with my mom. I just don't see him saying that. He don't fuck with Janelle. And truth be told, Janelle don't fuck with him. Janelle fuck with Jace enough to make it seem as if she's trying to be a good parent. But when push comes to shove, she don't really want to take care of him because he gets on her damn nerves. She barely want to take care of Kaiser. Okay, all tea, all shade. But whatever. So at this point in time, we see Janelle and Barb having to meet up to exchange Jace. So she's like, hey, Janelle. Hey. Can we talk real quick? Well, you want to have dinner with me? Whatever day. She's like, no, I'm gonna be busy. She's like, all week? She's like, yep, I'm just really, really busy. She ain't busy. Janelle don't have shit to do besides get beaten by David, try to protect Kaiser against David, and then probably just move water balloons through the house to throw at David. I mean, it's just I think they just have the weirdest relationship. So Barb okay, fine. So Janelle gives her back Jace's pill bottle of his medication. She realized he has a whole bunch of pills left, and then she said, oh, did you have other pills? She's like, no, I didn't bring those. Okay, cool, whatever. But then she was like, oh, why does he have so many pills left? She's like, oh, I didn't give him his pills for 2 days. Bitch, what? And she said it as if she said, oh, he had to change the clothes, but he wore the same clothes for 2 days because he kept getting in the water, or something little like he wasn't really in clothes, so he didn't mess up clothes that much because he kept wearing swimming trunks. So clothes. I'm like, you can't just say you did not give him his prescribed medication for a couple of days because he was okay. And I know for a fact them pills was probably for his bipolar or his mood swings or his anger issues. So it's not as if it was a damn ibuprofen in case he had a migraine. No, when Barb then said you can't do that, because when you do that, it messes up the flow of things. And that's true. Anyone who's on a prescription medication who they're consistently on, if you miss a couple pills, it messes everything. It knocks you off of whack, and you have to kind of get your body reacclimated to the pills. But I'm like, the fact that Janelle just didn't give him his medications and said, oh, because he was fine. No, bitch. That's why your ass be going crazy, because you don't take all your damn pills. Don't make Jace be you. get that boy his damn medication. And Barb was like, oh my gosh, like, all right, Janelle. And then she leave. So in the car, when Barb and Jace are talking, Jace said, me, Mom, I missed you a lot. I really, really did miss you. And I'm like, that's really cute. She said, oh, I missed you too. She's like, oh, but why didn't you call me then? He says, oh, well, my mama wouldn't let me. She said, why won't your mama let you? And he said, oh, because she was being mean. And it's those kind of little conversations that seem authentic, because it wasn't Barb telling him what to say. It was just Barb asking him questions and him and the kid answering it. So again, as I said, he say things about Janelle that lets me know he don't really want to be around her, and that's why he probably said to his grandma on the phone, I don't want to be here. And then she then said, once you get older, you can decide if you want to be there or not. That's where that came from. Then at the house, I guess when she was with Janelle, they went on the boat. And so Barb like, how was the boat? How'd you have fun? Oh, it was really cool. Was all the kids there? He's like, well, yeah, not Kaiser. She's like, oh, where's Kaiser? Oh, well, Kaiser was at daycare. She's like, what? Well, then you said that you wanted, she said, didn't you let them know to bring Kaiser so that you can kind of, hang out with them? He's like, yeah, but they wouldn't bring them. They just took them to daycare. And then she's like, oh, well, that's kind of, crap. That's kind of, sad because you didn't get to see Kaiser. Jace then said, that's because David and Mommy are pieces of shit. She said, what? What did you say? He said, David and Mommy are both pieces of shit, and then spit on the ground. I said, where you get it from? He's 8. He's 8 years old. And he literally just said, my mother and her husband are pieces of shit, and then spit. I said, well, God damn it. God damn it. Okay, and Barb, I thought Barb would at least say, well, don't cuss, Jace. Don't do that. But I think in that family, they cuss young and it's not no big issue. I said, well, if that ain't telling, okay? If that ain't the telling sign that David and my mom are pieces of shit. Girl, back. And that's how Janelle's part ended. I said, oh, Lord Jesus. And I feel like Janelle gonna see this, and she gonna see this episode and say, oh my God, my mom must poison my son against me. I really think Jace don't like you. And I think you think it's Barb, but I think it's really you. I think Jace is at an age where that when he's with you, he see you don't really fuck with him. And he don't like it. In the same way you didn't like your mama when you was younger, he getting to the age where he don't like you either. The apple don't fall far from a goddamn tree. At this point in time, next, Kale, Briana, and Javi. I'm hating how their stories are kind of intertwining one way or the other, because it's hard for me to tell one person's story without telling both, and I don't want to tell them in order because it's just weird sometimes. So we do see, that Javi is dropping he's dropping Lincoln off at Kale's house because it's Isaac's birthday, so it's that whole thing. So he come in, he asked Kale to speak in private. Now, I'll go back a little one step. Before that, we did see Briana, who was in Delaware visiting Javi. And it's her and her friend who are both getting surgery together. And she's telling her friend how, Javi just left to go we'll go drop Isaac off at Kale's. And we were talking. And he is saying, like, he does not like that I'm having surgery. What all did he say? He wants her to move to Delaware. She feel like it's moving too fast. He wants her there. He wants to talk about marriage. He does not want her to have surgery. All these things. How he wants it to move. It's too fast. I have 2 kids, so for me to move to Delaware is a lot, whereas he, isn't having to leave his son, so for him it's easy. I thought to myself, that doesn't make any sense, because if you move to Delaware, you're not losing your kids either. If he moves to where you are, he would lose his son. However, he's telling you to move you and your goddamn 2 kids to the state where he lives. You have a house. He can't move where you at because you don't have a house. He would have to get a whole new house there. You have nowhere to live. You have a room that you rent with your mama. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different thing. So, we see that whole part. of her saying that, and how her and him was having a conversation, and she felt like he wanted too much, and he didn't get that she wasn't ready to do all these things. So now at Kale's house, he come in like, Kale, can I talk to you real quick? And she was like, on camera? He was like, no, no, not on camera. So they go upstairs and they talk in private, and then 15 minutes later they come back downstairs, and he like, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all later. He leaves. Kale then says what he said in private on camera. She said, yeah, he basically came in here and said that I was right, I'm always right, that I always have his back, and that he's going to break up with Briana. And they were like, what? What happened? And then she's like, well, she's having surgery again, and he's against it. He also wants more kids. She doesn't, and neither one of them are willing to move to the other one's state. Javi does not want to leave Delaware, and she does not want to leave Florida, and so he feels as if they, aren't compatible right now, so they might as well break up. So he was telling me that or whatever. But at this point in time, because we just saw Briana talking, we know Briana don't know that he wants to break up with her, but he just left talking to her and then went and told Kale, I'm gonna break up with her. I say Javi was mad, but I keep forgetting they're all in their early 20s. Javi is only 24. Well, at this point in time, he was only 25. I was a dummy at 25. Okay, y'all know I was in these streets. Okay, and so you make dumb decisions, or you think, oh my God, I have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G because I'm getting older. 25 is so young, like it's so young. But he, like, what I'm saying, he has an idea of what he wants to do. So, she was saying that's why she was so pissed when Javi and her were dating, because she said, I know Javi so well, I knew it would not work out because I know him and I know how he operates. She was like, women can see women for who they are, and from the moment I saw Briana and met her, I could see her for what she was. And I said, that's true. Sometimes you can tell what someone's intentions are or aren't when you meet them, especially when you are messing with the person they're trying to deal with. Your spidey senses are like heightened at that point in time. So we see that whole thing. So at that point in time, we see that whole conversation, and she's kind of just happy or relieved that she kind of feels vindicated. Like, people thought I was this crazy ex-wife and this crazy baby mama, but in hindsight, I saw what was going to happen before it happened, and no one believed me, but they wasn't meant to be, and I knew when they would break up, and all this drama would be for nothing. So, technically she was right. Then, Javi and Kale make the worst decision any ex-couple, any ex-wife who were beefing 2 weeks ago and been beefing for forever makes. He decided to go on her podcast. I said, Jesus, why? Don't do it. And I said, Kale gonna bring up Briana, and it ain't no way that you can defend Briana and not piss Kale off. It ain't no way you can defend Kale and not piss Briana off. You should not have went on the damn podcast. But I'm saying again, at 25 you make dumbass mistakes. So he does it, and the first thing they talk, let's talk about what's in the media right now. Y'all breaking up, because they broke up, and then supposedly Briana went on like IG or whatever and deleted all the pictures. So it was in the news. So she said, what's in the news? Like, are you and Briana broken up? He's like, well, basically, right now, yes, we are. Right now we're breaking up, but I want to keep things separate. I want to learn from my past, not connected to, not to talk to you about her, not talk to her about you, and just do things a little bit differently. So I'm like, well, that's the smart thing to do, but it's too late because now you're on her damn podcast. And she's like, well, you didn't do that before, you had the weirdest relationship. And I feel like Kale, shut the fuck up, because the way they were on the podcast as angry exes, because some things he said she was being defensive about, even though he was trying to be like cordial or whatever. But at the same time, Javi full of shit because he had been lying about certain stuff. So it was the wrong time for them to do this podcast together. It was too close to y'all getting done being beefed out. So the co-host then asked Javi, if you could do it again, would you have had Kale and Briana talk before like dating her or whatever? He says he do wish he would have did that. He then goes into this, and I said you can't defend Briana without pissing Kale off. He then said Briana isn't as bad as she seems. Kale face was like, what? No. And she said she's told me to suck her dick, and what I'm saying, and via text or whatever. He said, we don't bring that up. We're not gonna go about what you said to her with the whole thing back and forth. I said, see, it's getting messy. Y'all can't get along, and it's crazy. Javi said, look, I just hope that if me and her get back together, that you and her could get along. Kale said that ain't gonna never happen, ever in life. She said, you allowed her to disrespect me to my face, on camera, via text message. Then when I said what I wanted to say nicely, you defended her and not me. And I said, well, it's just really, really messy. Simply because y'all weren't ready to have that grown up conversation. Y'all just were not. And you basically just air out all your dirty laundry to whoever listens to Kale. I don't listen to I don't listen to anybody's podcast, actually. I didn't even know this podcast came out. I don't think I even looked at it. But again, y'all wasn't ready for that bit of honesty. And not only that, Kale is not going to allow him to defend Briana. And I do feel like at times Javi should just not talk about it, period. And I like how he said, I'm going to learn from my past mistakes and just leave it separate. Like he said, me and you should not talk about our other relationships, because it always just brings up ill will, mean and hateful feelings, and this always goes bad, as this one did. And that's kind of how it goes off with her. So her saying like you defended her, not me. And now in today's conversation. So now back to Briana. So Briana, is back at home now, and Javi has broken up with her. So she's talking to her sister and the producer. First of all, I kept laughing looking at her sister's face because it was so swollen from her getting our wisdom tooth pulled. I'm like, she looked so weird. It was so just weird. Anyway, she tells the producers her and Javi broken up, and she says that it was because he didn't want her. No, he said their futures weren't moving in the same way, and they don't match up, so they can't be together. So he broke up with her for those reasons. Now the way she explained it was weird. His sister said how, Javi be liking to trap baby mamas. He trapped Kale in Delaware. He didn't trap Kale. Him and Kale got together when they both lived in Philadelphia, whatever other state it was. And he went to the Air Force, and they placed him in Delaware. And then she purposely got married so that they can have the benefits of her being a military wife. So he didn't trap her. Kale went along for that. I don't think he's trying to trap Briana either. I think Javi really wants a wife, a family, like a regular ass husband-wife situation. That is what he wants. And he wants a girl who wants that too. And I feel like he thinks if she don't want that, then we can't be together. And that's the fucked up part about it. So, she then said he did not want me to get surgery. He does not want it to be filmed. He did not want it to be on Snapchat. He don't want y'all filming it. All because he says his image and his job comes first. I see that two different ways. I see that as one thing. Javi is in the military, and sometimes they have a mindset on what a person should do. I don't think everyone likes their partner to be on TV getting their body cut up and getting all the surgery. I don't think everyone likes that. So it just depends. But at the end of the day, it's her body. And he not her husband, so he can't, force her not to do something like that. But he can say I don't want you to do it. But it does not mean that she won't do it. So this is where I call bullshit. This is where I absolutely positively call bullshit. She then says, I felt controlled. I felt like he wanted me to say, yes, Javi, I'll move to Delaware. Yes, Javi, I'll marry you. Yes, Javi, I want to. He wanted me to yes ma'am him. And then because I did not do that, he didn't want to be with me. I wouldn't give him what he wanted. So he didn't want to be with me anymore because he wants to control people. The producer then said, why do you think he only said certain stuff to you off camera? I said, that's shady as hell. Because my thing is, there are plenty of conversations between all them damn teen moms and people. They have conversations off camera. So to make it seem as if Javi purposely has conversations off camera to not have a bad image of what he says to people, I feel like it's shady. Even if that's what he does, it's shady for the producer to put that thought and that idea into her head if she did not say that. Because she said, we have these conversations off camera. A lot of people have conversations off camera when they're in a relationship, because you don't want every detail of your life on camera. It's so much shit that Cole don't show people. Cole and Chelsea don't show. It's tons of shit that you don't show, because you have to save some things for yourself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we all, truth be told, Kel got pregnant off camera. We didn't know about that. Kel had a whole boyfriend. A lot of things happen off camera, so you can't make it seem as if someone is having conversations off camera, that means they're being shady, because other cast members do that too. So I call it bullshit. She then says, like, I have to find someone to basically take care of me, because I'm gonna be like, I can't do anything for a week when I'm in Miami getting my surgery. She's getting a breast lift, lipo. She said she's getting her ass deflated. I feel like she's getting a was it the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift. I think she had her butt done. I think she had it done wrong, and she's having it fixed. Okay. I don't think she's getting her ass small. I think she's getting it fixed because whoever did it before did a bad job. And she's also getting a tummy tuck. So she's getting her whole body basically done. So it's like, I won't be able to take care of myself. I can't feed myself. I can't do this. I can't do that, or whatever. And I said, as a mother, how do you go have a surgery? You have a newborn. That baby ain't that much old. How do you have a surgery to where you can't take care of yourself, let alone your own 2 kids? You just went back to work from being on maternity leave. So now you off work. I'm like, who does that? It's when she said things like that, I said, I can see how Javi would say, I don't think you should get this done on TV. I don't think you should do it on I can completely get that. And Briana, girl, shut the hell up. I don't have no one to take care of me now because how you was supposed to do it. Well, bitch, y'all ain't together anymore. It is what it is. So we then see them go talk to Javi. Now we get Javi's side of things. Javi said that when he told her he did not want it to be filmed, the surgery, because it may not look good down the line, depending on how she might want to do in her career. He said because she was making it a big deal. She was filming it for Snapchat, filming it for a TV show, filming it for Teen Mom too, and it would be a story in like a gossip blog or whatever. I said that is a lot of attention for a surgery. I can get him saying like, you shouldn't really do this like that. That's a lot because of surgery. Okay, I kind of get it. While I still feel like it's her body and it's her decision, I can see him saying you think it's the right thing. But he then said she said that she can't afford the surgery, and the reason she's doing it so publicly is to get it for the cheap. I said, bitch, ain't that some shit? Because she did say, because she's getting it done on Snapchat, that Dr. Miami is giving her a discount. Like a hella discount. So again, I can see him saying, you're only doing the surgery. One, you can't afford it. You can't afford the surgery. So you're having to have it be public just to afford it. If you can't afford something, don't have it done. Anyway, he says, he told her that he did want wife and kids, because she said that he wants to get married, he wants kids. He said, I did tell her. He said, I'm 25 years old. I'm not getting any younger. Those are the things I want in life. And when I asked her that she wanted the same, she said she couldn't think that far. He said, so I said, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time, our futures don't align, so we might as well break up. If I want A, and you can't even see any of the alphabet, you can't see A, B, C, D, E, F, or G, why would I stay with you? I said that makes, honestly, the complete sense. That makes all the sense in the world. She made it seem as if he just wanted to rush things, and because he couldn't have those things, he said, let's break up. And his thing wasn't that. His thing was, if you can't even see those things with me, why would I waste my time dating you? And I think that's true. I think when you are dating someone for a few months, you can at least say, hey, do you see us down the line? Like, could you see us married? You can say, well, I could. You know what I'm saying? Down the line, I could see that. But to say, I can't see that. I would also say, you know what? If we don't have the same goals and objectives, then why are we together? And that's just true tea. That's true adulthood or whatever. So I feel like when he explained it, it made complete sense. I mean, it was utter bullshit on the same page because y'all ain't been together that long, but I can see him saying, this is what I know I want, and you don't want this, and you not only do you not want it, you can't see it. So bitch, I'm done and over it. So the ending of it is we see that she hears the podcast that Kel and Javi did. Her name came up, and she's like, I went on Twitter, and I called her a fat bitch. I said that she always plays the victim, and I said, fuck you. Briana, fuck you as an entity, as a human being, as whoever you are. Because my thing is, I hate when someone fat shames. Kel not even fat. Kel thick as hell. Okay, she's a thickums. Okay, I'm saying she's slim, thick with a thick ass. She's a thick girl. But at the same time, to call her fat is crazy when your sister's a little bit chubby. You know what I'm saying? Your sister and Kel basically look the same damn way. So why go on when you go on Twitter and call someone fat? That's just rude. That's called fat shaming. And I feel like Brianna's a bitch for doing that. Again, Brianna's characteristics of her inner person is a mean girl. She is. And I think the reason she's getting surgery is because she does not like her body. She does not like what she sees within herself. And when you don't like what you see, you do what you want to do to change it. But however, you can do that without degrading and down talking and speaking down to someone else because y'all don't like each other. Kel gets shit, not Kel. Well, you're Kel sometimes too. But yeah, Brianna gets on my fucking nerves, and she just does. And she then says how she brought Javi on her podcast to get attention. The same way you going on Dr. Miami Snapchat to get your damn surgery for attention and the goddamn discount. It's the same goddamn thing, girl. Bye. I'm like, it's just stupid. And then she's gonna say, well, yeah, because Javi, won't be here to take care of us anymore. Because her and her friend are going to Miami to get their surgeries together. Bitch, who gets surgeries anyway? So she's like, now he ain't gonna be there to take care of us, and there was no one else to do it. So the only person I could call was, and it's her ex-boyfriend, the guy who Lewis was mad that he was at their baby shower. So I'm looking like, girl, you fuck by. That was the whole episode. Put y'all comments below. I'm just so over this bullshit. I don't know what to do. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.